Good evening. Holy shit, I've got no picture. Did not test this before I started streaming. Give me 2 seconds, I'll be right back. Fucking hell. Oh, what's going on? Oh, that's probably why. That was a lot of noise. That's not good. Why is there no picture? What's no picture? Oh my god. Great start to a stream. Fuck. Not sure what's going on, but got no picture. Let me try and sort this out. I do not want to have to cancel a stream because something's... Oh, there we go, it's back. I don't know what the frig happened there. Yay. That was almost a frickin' nightmare. Anyway, rocky start. Welcome to the stream. So good morning. Welcome to LAX. We are, where are we flying? We're flying from LAX to Phoenix Sky Harbor International this morning, 3:30 in the morning in LA. Fairly clear. I've got scattered cloud down to 1,700 feet in LA. Let's bring up the, oh, for crying out loud. Are you actually kidding me? Oh, wow. This is just slightly embarrassing that nothing is working tonight. We have a blank iPad. Let's see if I can get that up and running. If not, I'll just have to tell you the weather and you'll just have to hope that I am telling the truth. Sorry about this. Give me 2 seconds. Far out. This is why I shouldn't do this straight after work. Have we got that back? Are we back on? We back on? Yay! Okay, right. I think I'm sorted. Where are we? So we're in, yeah, we're in LA. Now my screen is doing all sorts of weird stuff. Oh, for God's sake. Right. Okay. Sorted. Music is down. Yes, we are almost ready to go. So, fucking hell. Excuse my French. Okay, so yeah, LA, we're here. Weather in LA, 15 degrees Celsius, scattered clouds down to 1,700 feet. Should be a fairly easy takeoff. No wind. There was a 4-knot breeze coming from the west when I set the flight up, but now it's gone. And of course, we'll check Phoenix while we're here, and then I'm just going to get straight into the flight because this is already taking too long. So we are coming in on runway 08 into Phoenix. As you can see, there's a direct headwind straight down the runway. 4 knots, no clouds. It should be fairly clear coming in. It is going to be pretty dark as we fly over the western quarter of the USA this morning. My test flights, it has been a bit lighter, but that's because there has been cloud, but there is no cloud once we leave California, so it will probably be fairly dark, so you just put up with maybe a little bit of my commentary. If you want to ask any questions, you definitely can. The live chat is open. I didn't put the route into the stream today because I am just running so unbelievably late for tonight's stream, so I haven't done that, so apologies if you wanted to fly along. But I'm going from LA to Phoenix, so it's pretty much a straight shot. Anyway, let's get into the aircraft and get it all started up, ready to go. I've already requested IFR clearance, and Jetway's already connected, and it's actually still connected. Yay! The flight sim software has been running pretty good this week, so I don't imagine there should be any issues at all. Let's get some lights sorted in preparation for the night flight, because these are all going to be a little bit too bright. And where is that other one? Floodlights need to be turned down to about there. Awesome. Okay, right. let's get some system turned on. So we get the batteries turned on. Always forget this, turn on the anti-collision light or the beacon. We'll get standby power can go to on. Turn on one of the fuel pumps, APU, and the APU is still doing this weird thing. So look, when I start it up, it'll just flick straight back off. Yep, so I've got to do this 3 or 4 times to get the APU actually running properly. Keep trying. Oh, look, it stayed on. Excellent. So get the hydraulics and the electrics turned on also. Left pack, right pack, and better get the APU bleed turned on, and also engine bleeds. I think that's everything. Oh, and the rest of the fuel pumps. There's the APU, so we will get the jetway disconnected. I've been playing around with some sound settings for the stream as well, because I noticed that the engine noises are really, really quiet and you can barely hear them. So hopefully they're a little bit louder tonight, not drowning out my voice too much. I've turned my microphone down a bit too, because I noticed that was really loud. Just had some audio balancing issues. Sorry, we're in pushback mode. We'll get the parking brake off. And I did not set my QNH. I don't know why. I almost always forget to do that in the 737. So it should be 2997. There we go. Give you a closer look at that. So yeah, 2997 there. And that's pushback started. So we will. Wrong one. I want to get these two turned on. Okay. And we will steer the aircraft tail to the right. I probably should put some nav lights on while I'm here as well. Beacon's already on. Strobe lights we will not turn on until we are at runway, which we're taking off from 07 left. It's a bit of a rocky start to the stream, but hopefully the rest goes smooth. Now I can admit I have had some, well, it's not really an admission, I have had some smooth buttery landings in Phoenix when we've been doing the practice run, so I'm kind of hoping I can emulate that again in the stream tonight. Engine didn't start up. Why? Oh God, this plane shits me sometimes. Why did we not start up? Let's get the APU. What's going on here? Try starting the APU again. Oh, is that why? I'm an idiot. I'm an absolute idiot. Christ. Okay. Did not actually start the engine, and I'm starting both at the same time. I don't want to be doing that. Don't really need my cool, that's engine number 2 started. Let's start engine number, oh, looks like engine number 1 has started itself anyway. Okay. We'll get set flaps to 5. And we better arm the speed brake as well. So we are all set to go. We can turn those off. We turn off the APU. Don't need APU bleed as well. Fasten seatbelts, no smoking. Probably should have turned those on before we started our pushback. Everything else looks normal. We are ready to rock and roll out to the runway. Let's just double check everything all looks good. Yes, it does. Awesome. Okay, and away we go. So it should be a fairly simple, where are we going? Oh yeah, yep, Charlie 9, Charlie 10. Yep, nice and easy. So it's just a right turn here. Better not take that turn at 15 knots. It's a bit over the top. And then it'll be first left turn coming up here. So left, then right, and then straight down to runway 07 left. Now this is a double fictional flight. So Delta, so we are flying Delta, in case you didn't realise from the livery with the outside view. Delta do not fly the 737 MAX anything at the moment. According to planespotters.net, they have got a number, I think it's about 35 787 MAX 10s on order. But they do not fly the 787 MAX-8, which is what we are flying in tonight. They seem to be predominantly upgrading their fleet with Airbus aircraft and have been doing that for quite some time. But of course they have a massive fleet, so no surprise that they do have some Boeing narrow bodies in there as well. And what makes it a double fictional flight is that Delta do not fly from LAX to Phoenix at 3:30 in the morning at all. It would just be freight flights at this time from LAX. I think they have a curfew for passenger flights. Maybe, I could be wrong. So we're just got to go all the way down this taxiway here. Maybe not. Let's drop the thrust just a little bit, so we're not gonna overspeed too much. And that error that I spoke about in the last stream of these quad buttons doing their own thing, I haven't seen it come up in streams of late. Not streams, sorry, in just normal flights of late. So hopefully it doesn't happen for this one. There have been a few updates from Microsoft for the sim progressively while we're in sim update 10. And it has made a little bit of a difference. Probably noticed that my frame rate is really choppy. It is this aircraft. It only sort of does this in this aircraft. Okay, so we're going to turn left here. And I'm just going to put ATC back on because it will give us our takeoff clearance. There should be nothing coming in because it's 3:30 in the morning in LA. It's pretty quiet at the airport. Okay, there we go, 29907, which is what we've got punched in, and I'm cleared for takeoff. So while we're just sitting here a little bit, I'm going to put on the strobe lights, and I will set the brake to RTO, and let's not veer off the back of the taxiway. So flaps are set to 5 degrees, speed brake is armed, landing lights are now on, and we'll turn off the taxi light because we don't need that for takeoff. And we will just line up. I just had the brakes then, that would have disengaged by the auto brake. So best not to do that. We are just turning a little bit too quick. Auto throttle can go on, and that wasn't a bad lineup, I have to say. That was pretty bloody good. Alrighty, so thrust up to 50% or 60%, that'll do, and it is holding steady. And thrust up to toga for the takeoff. Have got the nose pushed down just a little bit, of course, and no wind. It should be a nice, beautiful, smooth takeoff. So passing 100, release the nose. Oops, I'm just a little bit all over the runway here. Come on, stay centre. This plot is V1, so I'm going to pull back now and rotate, and gear coming up. Beautiful. Let's not go into space shuttle mode, which we did just a little bit. Oh, let's start losing flaps too. So we're just going to try and keep it around 4,000 feet per minute climb, which we are dropping below. Lose those last flaps and just keep her going. And there we go, there's autopilot on. So that was a fairly smooth takeoff. I'm pretty happy with that. Keep those landing lights on until we reach 10,000. Beautiful takeoff out of LA. So you can see the frame rate's a little bit choppy with this aircraft. Also possibly because I am playing on an Xbox. We'll see what ATC has to say post takeoff. Climb, maintain 8,000, which we already were doing. Oh no, it gave us 5,000. Okay, or whatever. We probably can, oops, disarm the speed brake, which barely moves, but never mind. There's 8,000, so what's that? It should be 190. Yeah, of course it is predictable, 190. This is pretty much the same mirror of the flight that I did last night. As a practice run, it's exactly the same heading. Alrighty, there's 10,000, so we can lose the landing lights, and we will start to accelerate up to 303 knots before we reach max speed at around 20, I think it's about 28,500 feet in the 737. So you can see it's a bit of a short flight, so we've already got the navigation display set to 320 nautical miles, and we are well below that already. In fact, we should be able to see how long it actually is. It's 330 nautical miles, so pretty short flight tonight, expecting about 45 to 50 minutes. So pretty nice cruisy flight. I've got fuck all fuel on board. In fact, 13,700 pounds. No idea what that is in tons. Was it times 0.454 or something like that? And so my, as you can see in the webcam, the low fuel orange light is flashing. Thanks Turtlebeach for miscalculating how much fuel we actually do require for these flights. Hence why when I put the magnetic cover back on, you can't see it because I have got black stickers over that, and I just ignore that because I can see my fuel on the displays. We will be cruising at flight level 300 today, so a bit of a low altitude flight because of the shorter distance. But 30,000 feet still decent way up. Of course, you can see on the webcam I am in gym shorts because it is frickin' hot here in Queensland, Australia. We are definitely well into spring. It was 30, 35 or 36 degrees centigrade. At my place today, I was in the city though, so it was only 33 degrees centigrade. So pretty warm for October. We're not in summer yet, but this is a hot climate area, of course. So we have passed flight level 180, so I'm going to drop the QNH down to 292 as standard. Standard button in this aircraft doesn't work, so you have to manually input that. That is fine. I suppose it just makes it a little more busy. It's not like the Airbus. Actually having, and I've probably said this on stream before, but I'm having a lot of fun flying the 737. And this is a bit of a redemption flight from the previous time I flew the 737 on stream, where I just absolutely ballsed up the landing, blamed Microsoft for it, and turns out it wasn't their fault at all after I watched back my own stream and realised it was pretty much all me. I did not disengage the auto throttle early enough, and just completely and utterly ballsed it up. So this is a bit of a redemption flight to try and show that yes, I actually can fly this bucket of bolts. Oh, we've passed 1902, so I missed the ATC. It should just be taking us to, oh no, 270. Okay, cool. And then the next one will be 300, and that'll be us in cruise. So I have been keeping an eye on flight simulator updates from other YouTubers who do the research, so I don't have to. And it looks like we are getting Sim Update 11 on the 11th of November. I assume that'll be 11th of November US. I cannot remember. Actually, what day would that be on? It's probably a Tuesday. It's almost always a Tuesday, isn't it? Let's have a look. The 11th. Oh, the 11th is a Friday, so maybe it's not the 11th. Maybe it's the 15th. Anyway, it's coming mid-November. 12 free aircraft for anyone who has the sim, either through Game Pass or is purchased. And of course, you've got things like the Spirit of St. Louis, the Wright Flyer, and a handful of others which I have no interest in whatsoever. Spirit of St. Louis. The Spirit of St. Louis or Spirit of St. Louis? I think it's Spirit of St. Louis. Anyway, no windscreen, which I did know that before they announced that for the sim. I've known that for a long time. But yeah, I don't really want to fly an aircraft that has no front-facing windscreen. The only one I am looking forward to is the Airbus A310-300. And it looks like it's the modernised version with the glass cockpit additions. And I'm very much looking forward to that. But the first decent wide body I'll have in the sim, because I only have the standard version, so I don't have the 787-10. Not really interested in the 787 or the A350, I don't think. I think I want the older airliners where you've got to do a little bit more work to get them in the air and get them back on the ground. So I would definitely be streaming that, not straight away. There is no way in how I am going to jump into the flight deck of that aircraft and put that onto stream. Also, while I've been blithering, I have missed another ATC call out. It should be telling us to go to 300. Yeah, okay. So flight level 300. Anyway, what was I saying? The A310. Yeah, I will not be jumping straight into the cockpit and flying that without a little bit of practice. So I've just had an app open up on my... How do I close that? CC cleaner. God, I need to get rid of that. Okay, I can't. Well, excellent. Oh well, we'll just put that to the background. Figure that out later. Anyway, yeah, we'll not be jumping straight to the flight deck off the A310 and flying that on stream. I will be doing a bit of a practice run with that one first, definitely, just to get a feel for it. Apparently it's going to be study level, so I'm interested to see how that's going to be study level in the Xbox. I mean, we do have keyboard, I have keyboard and mouse and Yoke and Quadrant attached, so I can fly it pretty much the same as a PC simmer, but it's the details and the features that I'm concerned. I don't know. I just don't know how they're going to get that for Xbox. We'll see. But it will be nice to have a study level aircraft in Xbox, and it looks like the WASM functions that they're going to bring to Xbox have been delayed by another month, which I'm absolutely perfectly fine with. Because knowing me, as soon as they enable third-party aircraft to come to Xbox without too much tweaking, I will just go and buy them, especially the 737-800NG. I'll just go and buy them, and then I'll get shitty that they don't work if they don't get it right. So I'm more than happy for Microsoft and Asobo to delay that in the sim. and I'd rather wait for them to get it right than just get frustrated and spend all my time on troubleshooting to get it right. So, but once that happens, I will be flying the 800 NG. I'll be ditching this Max because it's not great. It's fine, but it's not great. And I will be definitely getting the 757, which is coming out. I want the Phoenix A320, the fly-by-wire A320, maybe, if that one does, if they do come. What else we got? I think PMGG, they're working on a 777, I think. So 100% going to get the 777. There is a 777, a series of 777s available in marketplace for Xbox, but they have used the native 747-8 flight deck and controls, and I just don't see the point. What's the point in getting something where they've ported across 747 controls? I want the 777 stuff. Thanks. I know Latin VFR have done that with the A321 and the A319. They've just taken the A320 Neo cockpit. But that makes more sense because the 21 Neo does have the same flight deck as the 20. The 319 would be slightly different because it is not the Neo, it's the CO, so it would be a slightly different cockpit, but more or less the same. But I think there's too many differences between the 747 and the 777 for them to just port across the 747 flight deck. The number one being that 747 is a 4-engine aircraft, 777 is a twin jet. So there would be quite a few differences with that. And also the 747, I mean, I know it's the -8 is newer than the 777, but the 777 is a newer series of aircraft than the 74. So I want the PMGG 777 is what I'm trying to say. Maybe if an A350 comes, possibly. I mean, that thing flies itself. It even lands its damn self as well. I suppose the Max is meant to do that too. This one does not, but I don't think I want the A350. Oh, and of course the A330, I have to have the butter machine to prove that I can butter a landing. So, so those things are coming to the sim, quite excited for them. Not sure of the timelines for the latter aircraft I've just discussed, but definitely looking forward to them all. And I mean, I may even upgrade to a PC by then, and we won't have to worry about waiting for the WASM to come to Xbox. Who knows? Anyway, where are we? So, 240 nautical miles away from Phoenix, Arizona. So let's go for an outside view. There's not much to see because it is quite dark. Yeah, very dark. You can see the tail, beacon, the strobes, that's pretty much it. But, so we won't spend a lot of time outside, on the outside view tonight. But having said that, I am going to take a 5-minute break fairly soon. Because, well, why not? And but yeah, looks, we haven't got too much off the flight left. Probably about 30, maybe 40 minutes at the very most left of the flight. And we won't spend a lot of time on the ground in Phoenix once we've landed either. It's a pretty quick taxi to the terminal. But I will take a 5-minute break very, very soon. Just smacked my knee on the desk. It was quite painful. I am trying to multitask and do other things while I'm flying and keep an eye on it too. And I have taken off my headphones, so I can't actually hear anything that is going on. Probably should really invest in wireless headphones one day. just looking at getting some dinner sorted too, so don't mind the noises that you can hear in the background. It's just me. I haven't eaten yet. I will not eat on webcam though. Alrighty, so I'm going to take 5 minutes now. Sorry, I hit that way too soon. I was just saying I'm going to take a 5 minute now, and I will be right back with you. It's not really much on the outside view though, is it? Pretty crap. Maybe if I move that up to there, possibly. We'll see. Anyway, I'll be right back in 5 minutes. And I'm back. I'll only be taking one break during the stream too, by the way, because it's such a short flight. While I was on my little 5-minute break, I noticed that someone else has subscribed to the channel, so thank you very much if you did that during the live stream. There should have been some sort of notification on screen for that, but I don't know if it worked. I'm still trying to figure out, well, not figure out, but still trying to get alerts to work. I'm using OBS Studio, so, and I thought I had it all right, but if it didn't go off, thank you very much for subscribing. It's very much appreciated. So where are we? So yeah, less than 160 miles away from Phoenix, Arizona, coming in to come in and land. So let's check. I didn't actually look at the VFR map while I was on the break. Oh, we passed someone. Let's have a look, see if we can see them. We should be able to see them, unless on the ground. Yeah, they might be on the ground. Was there an airport? Can't see them out there in the wilderness. Do I look back far enough? No, can't see them. Like I said, I'll try not to use outside view too much because it's just nothing to see at all. Like when I did do a test flight for this one, there was a lot more cloud around, and you could see a hell of a lot more. But that's all good. If you ever do a night flight in Australia between cities, it is pitch black. Barely a street light between the centres because no one lives here. There's no one here. The US, on the other hand, fairly well populated. And hopefully one day I get to visit. I haven't been yet. It's definitely on the bucket list. So we're not too far away from the slowdown to 242 knots. And soon after that we will start our descent down into Phoenix. Now, I'll give you a bit of a weather update because there has been a slight change. So we've now got a 5-knot wind. It's not quite a headwind. That's the wrong runway. Not that it matters, they're all in the same orientation. So not quite a headwind as we come down, but that should still be a pretty smooth landing. QNH 2986 as of 19 minutes ago. No cloud in the sky. So yeah, I'm expecting a pretty decent landing. So, and yeah, of course we are flying the bredok3D Boeing 737 MAX-8, which you can find in the marketplace in Flight Sim, and it hasn't got the highest rating. I think is it 3? I think it might be 3 stars out of 5. It's not bad. If you are flying an Xbox and you want a 737, it's the only option you've got until they do port across the WASM or the WASM. But it's once you sort of figure out the little oddities of this aircraft in the sim, it is actually quite easy to fly. And of course, most of the systems have been disabled, so it's pretty much a Boeing version of the standard A320 that comes in this sim. So just waiting for the slow down to 242 knots. Shouldn't be too far away, and it does start descending. ATC will start descending us pretty early too, so which is nice, because I don't like having to drop from the sky like a piano. And this one thing with this model of the 737, it doesn't like to descend overly easily, and you sort of have to keep an eye on your airspeed, because it will do weird things of trying to take you down to 135 knots, which is just really not sustainable for flight. And so you have to keep an eye on things like that. And I think I've got the flaps down pat, maybe. And the other thing it doesn't like to do, it doesn't like to slow down quickly either. So it's just another thing you have to watch out for if you are flying it. But otherwise, it's, yeah, I would rate it probably about 3.5 stars out of 5 if I had to. I definitely know others have called this an absolute piece of shit or a scam. I think bredok have definitely improved it. And it's, yeah, up to version 1.7 now, whereas version 1.0 was unflyable apparently, but I only got this in version 1.7. And I assume 1.7 is the latest. I actually haven't checked for updates today, so I'm not sure if there is an update to it. One thing I would like bredok3D to do is to give us some livery packs for Xbox. You can definitely get them on flightsim.to online, but of course we can't install those into the Xbox sandbox ecosystem from online. So it would be, I mean, I don't care if I have to pay $12 for, you know, 10 or 12 more liveries for the 737. It would be nice, but yeah, we're sort of only stuck with, I think I have listed this on stream before. I'll bring it up because I have got it in a spreadsheet. Where are we? Livery guide, 737. Yeah, so they give us, so the real ones, they give us Ryanair, Norwegian Air Shuttle, American Airlines, the Boeing livery, Southwest, and also US Air Force, and ANA or Nippon in Japan. The fictional ones they give us are EasyJet Europe, or just EasyJet, sorry, Lufthansa, KLM, British Airways, Delta, which we're flying, Varig from Brazil. That's the fictional ones they do give us. So a bit of a variety, but I want more. We have just slowed down now, so we'll just check. Yeah, so descend and maintain 17,000 feet. I knew that was coming. As long as we're under 28,000 feet by the time we hit 80. Well, where are we going? 17,000. It's going to tell us to expedite, I guarantee it. Oh, not yet. Okay. But I'm going to control that descent at 2,000 feet per minute for a start. I'm also going to put the speed into manual as well, because that's, if you don't do that, it will drop you down to 135 knots, which, like I said, is not sustainable for flight. You will crash. You will drop out of the sky. Did I turn the seatbelt sign off? Yes, I did. Wow, that's amazing. And I turned everything else off as I should have. Yeah, cool. Very dark. So while we're making descent, just probably just a bit of an announcement. If you are new to watching this, probably in the replay, because there's not too many people watching it live, I do stream twice a week, Thursday nights at 8:30 p.m, which is obviously tonight's session, and Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. That is both Australian Eastern Standard Time, not Daylight Saving Time, Standard Time. So that is, what time is it UTC? It should tell me on there. So yeah, 10:30 Universal Time on a Thursday, so it'll be Thursday morning Universal Time, and 2100 Saturday night Universal Time for the Sunday morning stream. But of course I do keep all my live streams on the channel for replay, and I'll edit off the 15-minute countdown, and also I'll take out, because I usually leave the thank you card at the end playing for a good 15 minutes as well, so I'll edit those out. Streams do start 15 minutes before the advertised time, because I do have a 15-minute countdown, which gives me some time to get the flight all ready to go. But of course, if you do want to watch live and you want to interact in the chat, you're more than welcome to. It's open to everyone, subscriber or not. But if you want to subscribe and be notified when I am live, you can also click the buttons as desired. If you are a flight simmer, you can spawn in and fly alongside as well. Welcome that. I do fly on the East USA server for every flight, and it's live weather and live time with live traffic, every single one. I do not adjust the weather or time for any of the streams, hence why we're flying at 4:15 in the morning across Western USA. And yeah, definitely feel free to spawn in and fly along with. Generally flying just narrow-body jets at the moment, so far it's the A319 and A320, A321 and the 737 MAX-8. And someone just said, hi back to you, welcome to the stream, thank you very much for watching. You're one of very few people watching, but of course it's a new channel, so that makes sense. But again, yeah, thank you for jumping on and saying hi. It's always appreciated. So just fly narrow-body jets. Might fly the 747-8 on live, but not a fan. It's a pretty shit rendition of it. Oh, sorry, how are you? Yeah, I'm pretty good. You've jumped in the tail end of the stream. We're on descent already, so I'm not far away from finishing. If you stick around, you might see me screw up a landing. Hoping not, but I have screwed them up in quite a few of the live streams in the past. Just out of curiosity, where are you watching from, by the way? Alrighty, down to 20,000. So I'm actually going to put the seatbelt sign on now. It also probably should show so the the airport information. So Phoenix sits 1,135 feet above sea level. So I've got to take into account. Holy shit, Belarus! Wow, I'm in Australia. You are a long way from where I am, but of course I'm flying in Western USA. So. But yeah, wow, that is I suppose at Belarus should be mid-morning, I suppose. Mid-morning on Thursday. It's a good time to be watching a stream. It's, what are we? I'm in Australia. It's 9:20 at night here, so I'm not far away from my bedtime once I've landed. Okay, so coming down below 18,000, so I'm going to adjust the QNH down to 2986. There we go. Actually, can see it clearer on the heads-up display, but I hate this thing. It is horrible, so I don't use it. And we'll see if ATC is telling us to go down any further. Expedite, well, I'm already... one thing I wish Microsoft would do is put times, even if they put the UTC time of when these, when they give us these instructions, it would make sense. Yeah, man, I'm flying to Phoenix, Arizona. Not too far away. So go down to 7,000. And we'll drop down at, we'll go 1,800 feet per minute. Where are we at? Yeah, we'll do 1,800 feet per minute for now, and we'll reassess once we get 40 miles away. I might go for an outside view. Oh, I can see fuck all. Can see the silhouette of the aircraft. I'm thinking I might not do so many night flights in future. Cool frame. Is that the webcam frame you're talking about? That's a seat back. I don't know what airline it's from that I stole it from, but it's a seat back display. It might take up a bit too much of the screen, but I'm okay with it. I probably could have a bigger webcam display, but no, I think it's okay. So about 40 miles away on the nav display. Once we get closer to 30, I'll start dropping our speed down in preparation for landing as well. I have noticed in the 737 you've got to start reducing speed a lot earlier than the Airbus. The Airbus loves to slow down. It's very responsive to the controls. Again, I don't know if that's how that compares in real life. If the 737 is actually handles the same as the one in this one, but it does for the sim. And how long have I been playing? I have been, it's only this year. I've only been in flight sim since, oh no, it would have been since last year, since late December last year. But already well over 1,000 hours flying. I have been wanting to be on flight sim for a long time, and when it came to Xbox I went, yeah, that's the one I want, because PCs are just very, very expensive. Okay, so our navigation is doing that weird thing where it turns us for some reason to the right. It will correct itself, but it takes us off course for a little bit. Not sure why it does this, but I'll just let it be and see what happens. Yeah, so you pretty much take us to a right angle of the path we should be on, and then it will take us back. I don't know why it does that. And yeah, see, now it's correcting itself. It's only been doing this the last couple of sim updates, so I think it's a glitch. It is a bit weird. But coming down to 10,000, we will get those landing lights on, which aren't very bright on the 737. But they're on, and we will reduce speed down to 230 knots, and I'm going to change our descent rate to 1,500 feet per minute, just to slow us down a bit. Far from aviation, you work in a quarry. Oh, I mean, it's probably good work, keep you quite fit. I work in an office, so I'm a bit soft. I'm going to reduce that speed again down to 210 and we'll start putting some flaps out. Which we can do. Once we hit 220 we'll put flaps to 1. You can see airports in the distance where the mouse is. There's one there, there's another one over there. Neither of those are the airports we are going to. We will fly past those. But we'll go flaps 1. I do need to arm the speed brake as well, which you can it barely moves. You can barely see it do its thing, but that's okay. So I might just reduce our descent down to put it to 1,200 feet per minute because we are coming down a little bit too quickly. The city of Phoenix right in our front view. Pretty warm in Phoenix at the moment too. 14.4 degrees centigrade. And it is, what are we? 4:30 in the morning. And this is coming into the winter months too, so it's a pretty warm place. You bought X-Plane 11, installed it on your computer, went into the game and crashed in 5 minutes. I can relate. I did the same thing in Flight Sim. Got cocky and thought I can fly an airliner. Yeah, no. It took a bit to learn. And happy drinking. Oh, I'm drinking, it's iced coffee. Caramel flavoured iced coffee to try and keep me awake while I do this. My ILS has started showing up too. Oh shit, I probably should check ATC. I was saying it's just to go to 6,000 now. We'll do that at 1,200 feet per 1,200? No, let's do it at 800 because we are still 20 miles away. But we can put our locator on because ILS has activated. And runway is in sight, so we'll be coming in, I think it's that one there. I'm actually going to hit approach now too because the approach diamond has dropped down also, so I might as well just keep it on approach. I'll keep an eye on ATC, and a go around altitude is already set at 6,000. So what you say, I just loaded into the cockpit, poked buttons, levers, and somehow I took off, pulled the steering wheel away from me and into the ground. Yeah, that'll do it. The only advice I can give anyone who's learning how to fly flight sim is jump on YouTube, watch all the tutorials for the aircraft you want to fly, because people have already figured it out and you just learn from them. That's all I've done. Also watched a few real-life pilots fly in flight sim as well, and they give you a few tips. So I learnt the 3-to-1 descent ratio. So for every was it for every 10 miles? Oh no, what? Oh, how does it work again? Oh, I've forgotten. Say if you're 30 nautical miles away from landing, you should only be 10,000 feet, and that's how I've sort of based everything. I'm losing concentration. I need to slow down to 160 and start putting out some more flaps because we are way too close to be going 210 knots. In fact, let's go straight to flap 5. Try and slow this down. We'll drop gear at 2,000 feet, which will be coming up soon. At least we can see the aircraft now. really need to slow down, so I might just put out some spoilers. Get that speed right down as quick as we possibly can. Is the landing going on now? Will be soon. I'm at about 3,000 feet above. 25. There we go, 2,500 feet above the runway. So we will be coming into land pretty soon, within the next 2 minutes, I should say. There we go. There's our speed coming down. I'm just going to put that down to landing speed. Landing speed is 140 knots. Need to rearm that speed brake. We will put the gear down. It's all happening fast because I lost concentration reading the live chat. There we go, gear is down. Where are we? 3 in the green, 3 in the green. And we'll set auto brake to 2. Oops, get my view right. So we got flap 30 degrees. We should have landing clearance as well. I haven't been checking that. Yeah, cleared to land. There we go. Wind 070 at 5. Metar is showing 080 at 5. So it's a... Oh, Jesus, my landing gear just went up. So I said at the start of the stream that buttons would activate themselves. It hasn't done it for a while. This just did it. It just turned all my lights off and put my landing gear back up. Okay, we should be good to go now. There is multiplayer. I'm in multiplayer mode now, so if there's anyone... So you can see these aircraft in front of me. Those are other players live in the stream. Okay, so 1,000. I'm going to disable autopilot. There we go, and I'm going to bring it in by hand from here. Going to come in a little bit too low. Get the throttles prepared for to disengage. Continue for 500. We are just coming in a little too low. 400. Continue. I'm going to hope for a soft landing. I have practiced this exact flight many a times, and it's been butter, but I have not buttered a landing on stream yet. This is looking okay. 200. A little bit too high now. 100. Okay, I'm going to disengage auto throttle. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Don't float. Come on, get down. Get down. Oh, it was a little bit rough. That's okay. 2 in reverse. And below 80, so jam the brakes on. Lose reverse thrust, and landing lights can come off too. And we'll just take this exit here. All right, all we're going to do now is just taxi to the gate. So we'll just check. Yeah, turn next taxiway. I know. And it will be a right turn. I might just go for a better view. We are taking this turn a little bit too sharp. Now I have no idea where I am at Phoenix. I'm going to turn on the taxi. Oh, it's not going to let me. And we better get taxi to the gates. Oh, there we go. Okay, I know exactly where we're going now. We're just going to do a bit of a U-turn. Alrighty, so while we are taxiing, let's get an APU started up. I will need APU Bleed for that. And we'll take this turn here. We can turn off Flight Director. Auto throttle was already turned off, but the switch doesn't, I've got a button bound for it, it doesn't adjust the switch when I hit it, so I'll turn that off anyway. LNAV can come off. And we're all good to taxi in. So where is our gate? It's over there, cool. ATC, there is a checklist. That window that I brought up, that's ATC. I use the text ATC and not the voice because it's really annoying, and I try to have it off for as much as I can during a flight because it takes up too much screen real estate. It's the one thing, because I'm on Xbox, I can't have multiple screens. Did I take the right turn? Yeah, oh, fucking hell. I did not. I turned too early. Damn it, I'm going to go all the way down and come back up again. Where is it taking us? You know what? I'm going to do a dodgy and just cut across this bit of apron here. I can see a road. Oh, maybe I can't because it's a road. I'll turn left up here. What was your longest flight? My longest flight, I went from Shannon, Ireland to New York JFK. I didn't do that on stream. Holy shit. Wow. That was weird. Sort of went up a bit of a ramp and I realised that my strobe lights are still on and I don't even need my nav lights either. Sorry, yeah, my longest flight was Shannon, Ireland to New York JFK in an A320, sort of trying to recreate British Airways A318 long haul flight in their narrow body, which they have since stopped doing, by the way. I didn't do that on stream, I just did that for fun, and I will admit I went and slept for 5 hours and left it on autopilot while that flight was taking place. But I just did it because, well, why not? Alrighty, so we're going to have to go over those bumps again. Can't see where my gate is. Oh, it's right there. I think this is meant to be a bridge over a road. What the hell was that? Oh, it's a street light. That is so random. And I'm taxiing at 25 knots. I have no idea where I am. There's the gate there. Can I get to it from there? You know what? We're going to anyway. I'm just going to turn here. Probably break FAA rules. Oh, I can turn that off, I don't need that. Now this pisses me off with the game. When I come in, the marshal unless I go like this, the marshal disappears and I can't see the little bugger. You gonna stop me, or are you just gonna smash straight into the tug? Excellent. Anyway, okay, we are in, finally. This has been a rough stream. Get the engines off. Probably should kill some lights. We don't need the beacon lights anymore. Logo light can stay on. We'll turn off the fuel pumps. They are no longer required. I'll leave one on for the APU for now, but our ground power has come on. Electrics, they can be turned off because, again, ground power has come on. We'll leave the APU bleed running for the aircon for a little bit. Left pack, right pack, we can turn off. Did it give us a jetway? it did not. Let's request jetway. And I've still got my taxi light on as well. So we can turn that off. We'll get the APU off now as well because we've got the ground power. And that's the jetway connected, it should be. You can sort of see it in the dark. Excellent, so welcome to Phoenix, Arizona. At almost 4:45 in the morning, so the sun will be coming up here at some stage soon. But thank you very much for watching along. Thank you for watching from Belarus as well. It's a long way away from where I am, and really appreciate it. And also thank you for the additional subscribers who joined tonight, and can see the videos. The stream has 4 likes as well. That's a record. I think the most I've had is 3. So thank you very much for that. The next stream is only in a few days, so we'll be flying from Queenstown, which is actually where I'm from in New Zealand. I do live in Australia, but I'm from New Zealand. We're flying from Queenstown to Wellington, back in the Airbus A320neo, and that is the all-black livery variety as well. So that is Queenstown in the background of that picture. That's coming up, so it'll be on the 29th at UTC, or 30th of September, 10 AM New Zealand Daylight Saving Time. It's about an hour's flight, and of course it's the A320. Will be during the day, should be fairly decent. Hoping for some really shitty weather in Wellington, because it always makes it a bit more fun to land in windy Wellington. And so I hope to see you all there. You're very welcome for the stream, Jan. I hope I pronounced that correct. Is it Jan or Jan? I'm not sure, but thank you very much for the chat. It's much appreciated, and thank you for watching on. But I will catch you all on the next stream, on the next flight.